Hello everybody, Animation Trainer here, and today...
Animation Trainer, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to do your top 5 favorite Mission Impossible movies. Got it?
Wait, what? Right now? Okay. Alright, so today's top down will be my first ever, well, I guess worst to best countdown if you don't count my really old countdowns on animated films of the year. But this is my first series countdown, and my first countdown after I got not exactly big on YouTube, but big as you could say, when people actually watched my videos, I guess you could say. So yeah, Mission Impossible. Now, you guys can check out all 5 of my reviews, and I'm guessing that if you've seen all 5 of my reviews, then you know exactly how the list is gonna go. But I'm gonna be talking about all the Mission Impossible films: the first one, the second one, the third one, Ghost Protocol, and Rogue Nation. Yeah. So, why don't we begin then? Coming in at number 5 is Mission Impossible 2, which happens to be, as you can tell, the worst in the franchise. The main issues with Mission Impossible 2 is, well, not only is the actual story really lame, but the love story, it's cringeworthy. And plus, you don't go and watch a Mission Impossible movie to watch a romance story. You go to watch an action story. Maybe I wouldn't mind that much if it was minor, but the love story did not have to be the main point of the movie. This causes the movie to make you just irritated by how much they do this. Of course, this is mostly in the first half, so yeah, so you won't be too irritated, but still, it is cringe-worthy. Luckily, though, it is saved by the fact that the action is definitely really good in this film. And another thing I will say about the movie is that, well, whenever the love story isn't going on, sure, the action really is great, but maybe there is a couple other things that work. I mean, the soundtrack is definitely great and all. And even though you won't exactly get a laugh, since Benji's not in this film, which I'll talk about Benji once I get further in the list, but you could still maybe enjoy this film if you just turn your brain off for a lot of the film. Got it? And trust me on this one, you can sit through the film. Trust me, there are plenty of films that literally you cannot sit through. You could definitely sit through this one. In fact, I don't even think it's a bad film. It just can be better. Much better, indeed. Coming in at number 4 is the original Mission Impossible. Now, usually the original is the best in the franchise, but here, let's just say that Mission Impossible just gets better as the sequels go on. Well, not including the second one. Yeah. But this film is actually pretty good. I mean, sure, the film is actually kind of hard to follow, but you could still enjoy the movie, even though you can't understand what you're watching. Well, the first time you're watching it, that is. But even with that, like the second film, it still offers some good action scenes. But here, it offers some better action scenes. Like, there's a helicopter scene, which, trust me, it looks amazing once you see it. Not the best, but still pretty good. And I gotta say, for this film coming out in 1996, before all the really great visual effects came in, it actually looks really nice. Well, then at the same time, Star Wars came out in 1977 and Back to the Future came out in 1985. So, yeah. But like I said, the story is still kind of hard to follow, which kind of does suck. But there is also some iconic scenes, like the scene where Ethan is being hung inside of that building. Yeah. But overall, I'm gonna keep it brief and say that Mission Impossible is good, but not great. Alright, so coming in at number 3 is, well, Mission Impossible 3. That actually goes together pretty well. Yeah, that's why I said it that way. So Mission Impossible 3 was actually the big improvement. Now we're going on to the 9s and 10s out of 10. Yep. And I gotta say, this film was pretty good. And after watching this film, I just had a smile on my face simply because of, like, while the first one wasn't, like, just wasn't bad at all or okay, I thought it was just good and wasn't very satisfying. And the second one, I was pretty annoyed by. Didn't hate it, but still was annoyed by it. Then this film came and, wow, this was amazing. Like, the story is finally better for once, and you can understand it. There's a love story in it, but at least, unlike the one in Mission Impossible 2, it's not one of the main focuses of the movie. And they focus a lot on the action, too. And they also introduce us to one of my favorite characters, Benji, who I'll talk about a little more once I get a Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. But he is funny. Not that funny in this film, simply because all he does is talk to Ethan on the phone while he's on a mission. But yeah. And I gotta say, that final fight scene was actually very climatic. Trust me, it is. But if there is some problems I still do have with the film, it's the rabbit's foot. I mean, they make it feel like it's such a big deal. The audience doesn't even know, like, what's up with it. Yeah, and plus the film does feel a little predictable. Sure, they do throw in a lot of plot twists throughout the film, which I will not spoil, but it still feels like there are some things where, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah. Although Mission Impossible 3 is still a pretty dang good movie. Yeah. If you stop just because you thought 2 was bad, then you better continue, because 3 was actually really good. Alright, well guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk about my top 2 in the next episode, so... Whoa. You chose to accept the mission, so you're gonna finish it in this video. I don't care how long it gets. I don't care if it's an hour-long episode. Finish this list, or else I'm coming after you. Fine, I have the storage anyways for it. Gosh, looks like this is gonna be the longest episode, well, in the new age, that is. Well, let's move on to my top 2, which happen to be some of my favorite films of all time. Coming in at number 2 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the newest one in the franchise. So, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation was, I actually was thinking of putting this at number 1 for a little, but then I remembered how much I really liked the first film, so I decided to not the first film, number 1. So I decided to keep this at number 2. But this film is just spectacular. All the action is amazing in this film. Like, it even has my favorite Mission Impossible action scene, which is the plane scene in the beginning. I mean, that film is really climatic, and I like the interactions with the characters throughout that scene. It just feels really well done. And I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise actually acted that stunt as well, which I thought was dangerous, of course, but like, looks really cool. Ooh. And the story. They finally got it right. Well, this is the 5th film, not the But yeah, they got the story really right this time. Like, the story is just, like, I am always, like, right stuck into it. And I really enjoy it for that matter. And they have really well developed characters, like that one girl in the film. They develop her really well throughout the film. And Benji. He makes me laugh a lot throughout the film. Like, remember, if you don't do that on time, then I'm dead, okay? Yes, Benji. Got it? Yes, Benji. Alright? Now go do your thing. Yeah. And another thing I really like about the film is, you thought that the third film had a climatic battle? Like, let's not talk about that. This film deals with climatic stuff big time. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it's just what happens that makes it climatic. But here, you're wondering what's gonna happen. Like, and I'm not gonna talk about it due to spoiler reasons, but trust me, once you watch the movie, it's gonna be really climatic for you. Yes. And then scratch that with even more interesting characters, like the ones from the last film. And they bring Luther back as well, since he only appeared for like maybe 5 lines in the fourth film. And you got yourself a pretty great movie. In fact, I'd probably consider it in my top 15 favorite movies. The reason why it's not number 1 is simply because it's not. And here's probably the obvious number 1 choice. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. This movie is almost perfect. This film is just splendid. And unlike Rogue Nation, where it just makes my top 15 for favorite movies of all time, this makes, well, barely in the top 10. It's just really great in this film. I mean, it does what Rogue Nation does, but it does it better, with aside from one thing that it did really good. Even though we don't have that awesome plane scene, we still get another awesome action scene, which is the Mez Khalifa scene. I believe that's what it's called, where Ethan's climbing the building. That alone looks really nice. I mean, it's climatic, and you can feel like the danger that's ahead. Like, yeah, you definitely felt that. And the story, like in Rogue Nation, is splendid here. And I'm watching the movie throughout the entire thing. But the thing that it does better than Rogue Nation are the characters. Like, they go deeper into the characters in this film. Like, they introduce Benji. Well, they technically did that in the third film, but they went more into him in this film. And then they introduced us to Brent, who I gotta say is actually a really interesting character, and I really like the interactions that they have with him. Only character that could have been better is the villain. And I forgot to talk about the villain in Rogue Nation, but I thought he was the best out of all 5 of them. But here, even though he's not the worst villain, I thought that he was kind of lame. Like, they could have made him better or something. But ignoring that and going back to the awesome parts, all the action is really well done. And this movie is interesting. You're in depth with the characters. Like, the film just really, really impacts you in real life. Alright, so hold on. Let me take it off of the background so I can tell them that I'm done with the mission. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys next time then. Well, thanks for sticking around in my longest video. Well, in the new age, that is. And I'll see you guys next time.